Hello and welcome to New Filmmakers Los Angeles. My name is Danny De Lillo. I'm delighted to be joined here by Marieke, who is live with us in Amsterdam right now for her fantastic film that she brought to us at the end of the year, our December Film Festival. So welcome, Marieke. It's lovely to have you here. And thank you for bringing your film, So I Stay. But for those that haven't seen it, let's take a look at a clip.
I'm looking for adventure, might be hidden in the trash, but I haven't lived in Berlin yet. I'm a new generation, nobody understands me. I don't belong to anybody.
Marieke, really lovely to have you here. Thank you for bringing your film to us. For those that haven't seen it, tell us a brief synopsis of your film.
Um, it's about a girl, and she's wandering around on a gas station because she don't have money anymore to put gas in her car, and she's going around there looking for adventures and conversations that could give meaning to her kind of nihilistic life.
It's a brilliant story, Marieke. Like honestly, I just love how I love your style. I love what she is as an actress was just a fascinating person to discover. Almost was left wanting more. I'm just curious, where did the inspiration come for you and turn this into a film?
Um, it came from many things. First of all, I wanted to do something with I see around me a lot of people who are trying to have authentic experiences, like authentic romantic love, things like that, or holidays that they live by the day and these kind of things. But life is very malleable.
Yeah.
Sorry for my English.
No.
It's a drama. Anyway, so they are actually trying to create authenticity, which I find a really interesting paradox in our time. So I wanted to do something with that, and also with the influence of film in this, because I think that a lot of people, that the influence of film on our lives is very big. Our idea of what romanticism is and what adventure is. And I'm really interested in parking places. I really like to be on gas stations because it's a place where people come and go. It's like a place that is designed for going away. And I had a fantasy of somebody staying on a place like that, because I feel I sometimes stay on a parking lot for some time, for a week or so in my mobile home. And I always feel kind of weird because I'm the only one staying there. There are also some truck drivers, and everybody is going. And on the one hand, I like that everything is going on except me, but I also always want to belong to something or to stick to a person there.
Yeah.
So that also made the kind of conflict in the character, because on the one hand, she wants to be non-belonging, and on the other hand, she wants to belong to something. And then I met her in Brussels, and I saw her acting in a movie that she made herself, and she had a really self-conscious way of acting, which I found interesting because you can really see that she is acting. It's not a way that you look in the character and you forget that you are watching the film. You see she is faking something in a way.
Yeah.
But this way of acting would fit this idea because she is trying to create something, and I wanted to see that.
I love the way you explore and want to explore with with vocabulary, with character. Like she was you created a very fascinating character, and I think like you said about the kind of stigma of what we sort of see about how relationships are and what relationships are supposed to be, and I felt her freedom of expression quite refreshing, actually. You know, and obviously it was, you know, I kind of love the style of just the sort of open ended conversation and questions, and almost taking us to a place where people are too afraid to go, you know, and just leaving us on the screen with that was just, it was uncomfortably entertaining to watch and very intriguing. Um, was that kind of, I mean, it's again, like, I feel like with her character, and you obviously met her and everything else. How do you, obviously when you know someone, you know their work. How do you go about directing, you know, this kind of film? Is there kind of a lot of player improvisation? Like, what's your process as a director when you're working with your actors in this film?
Well, actually, I never make film. I only make theater, and I think actually it was also kind of vague project because I met somebody on a party who said like, "Hey, you want to make a film?" And then it was always unclear if I could really make the film, and then all of a sudden I could make it, and then it was a process really short of writing the script and filming. So I think I use the way that I use in theater, using improvisation a lot. I had some scenes, but I didn't really know in what follow up they would come in the edit, which was also problematic because I'm used in theater that in the last week you can change things and you can add scenes, but of course in film you shoot in a few days and then you
Yeah.
have what you have. But with the actress, yeah, I just made her improvise also and say the things the way she wanted to say it. But I also made the language of the film the language that she uses. So
Yeah.
I had her already in my mind writing the script, and there could have been nobody else playing this specific sentences, and because it belonged to her actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, not in a professional way, I think, because I had no idea how to make a film. I didn't even know how to say like action or something. It was really awkward for me, but it was really nice also because I didn't have any background, I think.
I really love that, you know, you say you make theater and not film, and you know, I think there's so much depth that comes from, you know, actors in theater. There's so much kind of more to their character physically, mentally. I feel like, because when you're live watching theater, you see everything, right? And so I think that was really wonderfully put on screen. It was almost like the characters are popping out of the screen. What I loved also as well, I mean, there was some very intense moments, and I love the way there was sort of a, you know, there was lack of dialogue, and you just kind of left us in moments to kind of figure out, work out, you know, be uncomfortable, all those kind of things. Was that something that you kind of wanted your audience to kind of feel, is, you know, that just to kind of, you know, keep us in a moment and just, you know, have questions, or kind of just sit there with the actors, because it was really powerful.
Yeah, for sure. I wanted the audience to sit with that character. Like, I always want the audience to feel that they watch a film and that they are conscious of that, rather than that you get sucked in the film,
Mhm.
which can also work. But I think that comes also from theater, that I like also theater in which you feel kind of awkward watching it. And there's also a lot of theater that you get sucked in, and you forgot that you're there and you get in this story. But I prefer to make also the people conscious of the construct of what
Mhm.
they are seeing. And I tried, I think I did that also in this film by choosing an actress that um, is obviously playing.
Mhm.
So you get a kind of awkward relationship with her, thinking like, is this just a really bad actress, or is she good, or like
I
I
thought, yeah,
yeah.
I mean, her role playing is, you know, it's very intriguing, and it really came across like, you know, really, it was just very interesting to watch, and I love that, you know, that your process is kind of enjoying that, making us feel uncomfortable. We need to feel more uncomfortable in life and ask questions, and I kind of loved how you left us there and did that. What was the biggest challenge in making this film for you?
Well, definitely the post production, because before it went all well, I didn't think of it that it was gonna be. I wrote the script really fast, like in 1 2 days, and then we shoot it, and it was all nice. But then came this whole process that I didn't know, because all the people I worked with in post production, they were already experienced in film, and sometimes I wanted to make a decision, and maybe it was an odd decision, and then for them it's easy to say like, no, but it's better to not do this because in film it works like that. And sometimes I didn't have the balls yet to say no, 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 but this decision is my decision. I think it's good. Know how it worked in film. And I think that was the main process of this film also, that I know now what the stages of filming are from A to Z. And yeah, that next time I film, I know. And
Yeah. Well, listen, we would, I mean, amazing. I mean, the fact that you did such an amazing film and it was, first time experience. I mean, what a remarkable job you did on making this film. I mean, listen, how was it? Because obviously you had it with us at New Filmmakers LA, but it was a big celebration of Dutch cinema with the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. How cool was that to have, your film with the team of the Oscars and celebrating Dutch cinema on your first film? How was that experience?
um, funny, actually. Oh, it was nice. I didn't really expect that, because it won a film festival in Holland and then it was sent to the Oscars, which I liked also, because it's not a film that I say, wow, okay, this is my baby or something. Like I'm quite critical of the film, and I'm fully aware that this is not a film for everybody. So I was really, really surprised actually that then it won the prize, and also it gave me some hope that maybe the festival also could see that it's maybe not a common and well-made play film, but that yeah, they that is maybe more about the experiment.
Yeah, well, you listen. Hey, you deserve it. Let's not take that away from you. I'm just very happy that you'll make it, and please forever make films that leave us uncomfortable or try and teach us something or do something a little different. Like I'm really excited to see much more of your work because we need more films like that with with your vision of just going to a place that we don't really get to see often in filmmaking. So I'm all about it. So I can't wait to see your next project. So what next are you working on right now?
Right now I'm still working in the theater, so I'm writing a show now. But I will move next month to Berlin, and then I will attend a film school.
Oh,
So
fantastic.
yes, so I yeah, decided to try to change to film, because I really like the experience.
I love Berlin. Berlin is so amazing. So I'm so excited. I was there literally a year ago at the Berlin Film Festival. It's an amazing place to study and be. So best wishes with that. That's very exciting. Well, listen, finally, because I really love, just how you said about how much you learn about the film process and, and getting that experience and, knowing from A to Z your experience with that. What for any filmmakers out there that are making their first film and going into it, and of course you've got a great theater background, what would you say is an important thing you learned from this film that you could maybe share with any filmmakers out there?
I think it's very personal for everybody in every case. So maybe my tip would be that you don't have to listen to any tips, and that you have to
I love
maybe
that.
know it's as least as possible, because for sure when you keep making films then you will get also in this system. And um, I think when you make the first film, then you are most able maybe to just go in it really blanco.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's again. That's even though it was a tip about that was still great advice. I love that you said that. Because I honestly think we need more cutting edge filmmakers that just make it and go off their own instincts and their own heart. So That's as good advice as anybody is as well. So really appreciate you sharing that. Well, listen, very best wishes with your next project and your next piece of theatre. Very exciting, and keep making film for us. And we really appreciate you. Thank you for bringing your film to us.
Thank you very much for having me. It was a nice experience.